Yep.
Okay, great. All right, we're here with Coach Wilcox. You guys had a chance to talk with him a few weeks ago about some stuff. Back to our kind of normal press conference setting. So if you have questions for Coach, just let me know in the chat. We'll get started with Jeff Ferrata.
Justin, it looks to me like there's a couple of position groups where you're adding quite a few people that'll be with you for spring for the first time. First of all, could you just talk about the wide receiver group? You got Tobias Merriweather coming in from Notre Dame, Mikey Matthews from Utah, but you've also got Mason Starling. I guess I'd like to get an update on his health status and what you expect from him, and also the redshirt freshman Isaiah Hunter, who came in with a lot of attention a year ago, but didn't really play at all last year. Tell us how all that looks right now.
Yeah, we added a number of people in the receiver room, as you just mentioned. I'm anxious to see that room take shape as well. They're all going to get a lot of opportunities in spring. Everybody should be up and running with us. You mentioned Mason Starling, who was really having a strong fall last year, camp, until he got injured. So he'll be with us during spring ball. Maybe not 100% to start, but as we work through spring ball, he'll get involved more and more and more. And then, yeah, a lot of those guys, obviously the returners, kind of seeing where they take the next step. And then the newcomers, Tobias and Mikey and JB and that group, just to see where that whole room goes. It's going to be really important because we got to create explosive plays. I'm excited to see who shows up and making contested catches, who can help us create some explosive plays. I also think there's a couple of young guys on the roster last year who've had good off seasons, but ultimately the practice and the games will tell the story.
What do you expect from Hunter? Is he one of those young guys you were referring to?
Yeah, he's a guy that we want to get involved, and he's going to get a ton of opportunities. And he does have some physical tools, and he's strong, and he's got good size. He runs pretty well. So ultimately, it's going to be what happens on the practice field. And but he's a guy that I'm anxious to see, just like the rest of them.
Can you tell us a little bit more specifically about Merriweather and Matthews?
Yep, different types of receivers. Tobias is really tall and long, got good speed. He's played some. Mikey, real quick, kind of a slot guy. I think he's also has a potential to help us in the return game, so we'll see where that goes. But both those guys have played college football, and we're, again, eager to get them out there and give them opportunities. I think both those guys are have some tools, and ultimately, like I keep saying, the time will tell, and the practice will reveal it. The reps they're going to get, and there's just that whole room is going to be very competitive, and then we just want to see where it develops and make sure everybody's taking a step forward this spring. And as we grow through summer and into fall, that's what we need to see each and every week.
Okay, we'll go to Jake Curtis.
Justin, the Rules Committee is allowed for the communication through the helmet, and that's almost always approved. Will Cal be having that next season, or even during spring? Are you going to be working through that?
Yeah, both. Yeah, one player on each side of the ball. Yeah.
I don't know. Can you expand on that? What you're thinking about that?
I'm thinking they're going to have coach-to-player communication just like they do in the NFL. There's going to be one guy that you can talk to on each side of the ball, and we'll practice it in spring, and then we'll implement it again in the fall. And so basically, as soon as the previous play is finished, you have the ability for a coach to talk to a player all the way up until 15 seconds left on the play clock, and or the ball is snapped. So it's the same rules, and yeah, we'll work on it during the spring and into the fall, and we'll use it during the games.
Okay, anybody else with a first round question? Matt or Thomas, you guys? Or Carolyn? Okay, if not right now, we'll go back to Jeff. Go ahead, Jeff.
Justin, what's the status of Byron Cardwell in terms of his health? Is he a full go for spring?
He's not completely cleared, but he will be by the time we finish spring ball. So there's a number of guys that are going to be eased into spring ball, so to speak. There'll be a handful of people that are out. I can run through those now. The guys that are out for spring football: Spencer Bryan, Lou Hearns will be out for spring ball. Tyler, Jeremiah, Miles Jernigan, Curly Thomas, Fred Williams, BMW, and Julian Womack. Those guys will be out for spring ball. Everybody else will either be full go or will be full go at some point during spring.
And what do you expect from the new running back, Kadarius Callaway from Old Dominion? He had a game, I guess, last year where he had like 3 runs over 60 yards.
Yeah, he's got tools. We saw it on tape. He's done a good job since he's been here, and now it's time to put the pads on and, get a really good evaluation on the field. So it's like a lot of the guys on our team. We're excited to get them on the field. Some of the guys we've worked with before, some we haven't, as we know, and we just need everybody. I'm just looking forward to see who can improve the most. That's what we need to see. And again, it's going to be our first experience with some of these guys, them getting a feel. But they've all those newcomers done a nice job this winter. And for the returners, it's about taking the next step. So everybody's really, really eager to get on the field. I know the coaches are. I know the players are. It's one of the best days of the year is, first day of spring football. So it'll be here real soon.
Can I ask you also about a couple of offensive linemen new to the program, Victor Stoffel and Rush? Is it Reimer?
Yeah, Rush has been really good this winter. Added some size. He's played a lot of football. Really, again, eager to get Rush out there and work with him. Victor is working through an injury, so we're hoping to get him cleared during spring football. I don't have any update yet. He's a good size. He's still a little lean, but he's got good size and frame. We just got to get him healthy so we can work with him.
He's a tackle. Is Reimer a guard or a tackle?
Yeah, Rush can play, I think, a number of different spots, so we'll see how that sorts out. But Rush has got ability to play more than one position.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go to Thomas then.
Good morning, Justin. When it comes to the linebacker battle alongside Katie Uluwave, how do you foresee that battle coming together, and what types of pieces you'll be working with?
To be determined, I think really everywhere. I mean, so many places on the team. There's just how many reps can we get these guys? How much can they improve? There will still be new faces. Like at that position, we'll have some new faces joining us in June that will impact that competition. But, we're going to get a lot of work this spring with a number of those inside backers. And like I said before, we're looking for guys to improve, and I want to see who improves the most. And ultimately, we'll get as many good players as we can on the team and let the competition sort out the depth chart.
Okay. And then when we left off at the end of season press conference last year, I asked about the distribution of scholarships in relation to Jack Endries and Sean Grizel. I'm not sure to what extent you can answer this, but have there been any changes along that front and or any updates? Yeah,
both those guys have been updated. I don't like to share news for them, but we think highly of them and took the appropriate action regarding scholarships. So,
thank you.
Yep.
Okay, we'll go back to Jeff.
Justin, another position. It looks like you have a pretty good bunch of newcomers is DB. Can you talk about who you expect to jump up and make an impact in the spring?
Well, let's see here. Marcus, Jair, Isaiah, Crosby, 3 guys. Marcus has played college football before, and as of this winter, he was the fastest guy on the team in a number of the testing events we did. And so Marcus has shown up in the off-season workouts, same as Crosby as well. Jair is a talented kid. junior college transfer. I mean, all three of those guys have some tools. And again, like everybody, we got to get out there on the field. And I'm really eager to get those guys in the drill work and in the team competition to let them play a little bit.
Are they penciled in at certain positions? Is Marcus a corner?
Yeah, Marcus, we're playing at corner. I think Isaiah, we're going to, start him at safety. Jair, corner, nickel. I think he has some good tools to play nickel. But ultimately, again, we got to get in there, see how these guys fit. I think all those guys have the ability to play more than one position, whether it's corner and nickel, whether it's safety and nickel, corner, safety. But, we're going to find the best group we can. And we have a lot of competition in that defensive backfield. And I think those three guys are certainly going to be a factor.
Justin, we just talked with Jaden Ott, and he told us a couple of things I thought were interesting. One is that he's gained maybe 10 pounds thereabouts. And also that he sounds like he's really embracing leadership as a junior now. Can you talk about both those things? Do you have concerns about him adding weight, or is that a good thing?
No, not necessarily. We don't have that concern with him. He doesn't look overweight by any means. Jaden's an explosive player. He's had some great moments here, and we still think there's room for him to get better. And I think he feels the same. And we're going to count on him. We also want to make sure that it's, we got to have more than one running back that we can count on. And he's been here a little while now, and Jaden's kind of, he's one of the older guys, even though it's only his third year. And I think he is embracing that, and he's grown as not only a player, but as a person here, and will continue to do so. And, his obviously his play will earn the respect of his teammates and his peers. And also, realizing that his actions off the field, what he does in the workouts and the weight room and what he does off the field can really make a difference in influence in others. And so I think he takes that seriously. And like all guys, we can all improve. He can keep improving, and so can his teammates. But I'm glad that he's embracing that, and it's important to him.
And in terms of off the field stuff, as an example to his teammates, what are you seeing that you like there?
Well, I just, I think it's when you first get here, you're really trying to figure things out and make sure you're in the right places and doing the right things and handling school, and, what you're doing off the field is productive. And the older you get and you kind of, you catch your rhythm, and you realize that, some of the younger guys, maybe they could use a little bit of help that maybe somebody gave you, when you first got here. And so that's part of that growing up process, and that development process is once you realize that you can impact somebody else on the team and help them achieve their goals. And whether it's what you're doing, how you take care of your body outside of workouts, and the sleep you're getting, and, what you're doing off the field. Last night we had a professional roundtable at about 50 players and 20 professionals from all different walks of life, an incredibly impressive group. I mean, we had people in real estate and civic service and tech and media. And these people are, very, very successful. And we don't make it mandatory for the players, but these are people that they can create networks with for their time, that's coming after football, whenever that might be. And I mean, there's Jaden, front and center, engaging in that and taking advantage of what Cal has to offer off the football field. So I think, people recognize that. And when he takes it serious, he's a guy that does have a future playing football, but he also is, conscious about some other things off the field. And so I think that moments like that, I think will influence other guys on the team in a positive way.
And do you think, was the weight gain something you guys talked about as a whole, all of you, his coaches, the training people, or something he decided to do because maybe he would need it for the future, at the next level?
I think you probably want to carry as much good weight as you can without losing your explosiveness and quickness. He's no different. Football is a really physical game. Playing running back's a physical position, and you want to have the ability to sustain elite play the entire game, the entire season. And I think that's one thing that most players, when they come in here, especially as high schoolers, can work on, is gaining good weight, continuing to be as explosive and fast as possible, but understanding this is a very physical game, and the games and the seasons are long, and you got to be robust. And I think he's taken that to heart and done a good job of addressing some of that and trying to improve himself.
In what ways do you expect he might be better than he's been?
Well, I think, the ability to carry the ball. There's a couple of times late in the year where he carried it a lot more. I think finishing games, being able to finish games, play more consistently throughout the year. He's had great moments. We all know that. He's an explosive player, and then doing that week in and week out, and the consistency. And I think that would be the goal for Jaden. And that's just the next step in his development, is being that explosive threat, down in, down out, game in, game out. Understanding we still have to have more than one running back, but a guy that can do that on a week-to-week basis.
And when you, pardon me, when you look at him, do you think to yourself, we've really got a special player here? I mean, this is not a guy you get every year.
Yeah, Jaden is a very talented young man. There's no doubt about it. And we're going to make sure that Jaden has the opportunity to touch the ball. I think we've talked about this before, and utilize his talent and also continue to build the offense and threaten people in different ways. So it's not just, Jaden, for example, and it's not just the run game. It's the RPO game. It's the pass game. And I think, when you have a guy like that can run the ball and create explosive plays, then we got to be able to take advantage of that and then create some opportunities elsewhere on offense.